Thursday, the 6th of February. Thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. My name is Kweku. Temeng. As usual, every evening we bring you nothing than the best of stories making headlines throughout the country. Tonight is no exception. Before we bring you the details, let's look at some of the top stories that we have for you tonight. Coming up in the next 60 minutes, tension simmers in Ablekuma North as NDC and MPP parliamentary candidates declare themselves winners. But minority chief whip is beating drums. Ablekuma North on.
So we MPP ni mapa. Now go to say MPP 4 and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Boa MPP ni no na yem bu NDC ni no. Na yem ye.
Also coming up tonight, the Supreme Court grants National Democratic Congress's NDC's request to serve court documents to their counterparts in the new patriotic party, that's the MPP, via WhatsApp. Justice goes digital. And later in the bulletin, drama at the state insurance company, that's SIC, as outgoing managing director refuses to vacate post while she drags incoming MD and SIC to court. MD showdown at SIC in business. And we bring you more business updates tonight as International Monetary Fund, as the IMF delegation expected in Accra this weekend to hold crucial discussions with government IMF mission to Ghana. We have these and many other interesting stories making the 1 hour bulletin. Stay with us as we bring you all these and many more, including some sports updates and filling you in with some international news. Be my guest within the next 1 hour as we come through with the best of stories. My name is Kweku Temeng. Thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. Tonight we start with Insight. Well, on Insight tonight, confusion reigns in Ablekuma North constituency as both the NPP and the NDC parliamentary candidates have boldly declared victory in the 2024 elections. Well, victory billboards thanking constituents have been mounted, but with two winners, residents are left in a state of uncertainty. Well, the standoff has raised serious concerns. The minority caucus ensure the Electoral Commission declares the official results under tight security. Well, my colleague Obe Kingaglo has more.
Can one constituency have two members of parliament? Your response is as good as mine. But guess what? That's the situation in Ablekuma North constituency, which has left residents confused and divided.
This is where we need people who are winning. Your best is in nearby. So my two parties, you know, Omumbele course, no one re-election. I first game lazy.
Yani I say a dream. Say me a woman wa Ablekuma North. Yani see. Obi from bra. Me and so no sunya den. Enhwe. Enti di o ye ya. Ochina ebeti ni akoshi baby. Ene yeti court. Ene yeti court. Sesi ya humeti Ablekuma North ya humeti. Yesire no. Onyai no bi mbra.
Ye odi aye nimu no. Ye de ye kan wa. MPP na afa. Because the MPP na afa gen kon she baby enema papers ni gu no. Fiti ya to abade da no. Yan ko she papers da.
NDC's Irabna Obing and MPP's Nana Wusue have both mounted billboards across the constituency claiming victory. The situation stems from the inability of the Electoral Commission to verify 3 outstanding polling station results to finalize the declaration of the winner.
For me to make this statement that I'm done with Ablekuma North, they should find a new returning officer to continue their work for them.
The minority caucus in parliament led by its chief whip, Frank Anodompre, is demanding swift action. Speaking during a solidarity visit to the Ablekuma North constituency, the minority issued a 1-week ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police to provide security for the Electoral Commission to announce the official results.
If the NDC led by Mahama Yariga will not be reasonable, no matter Ablekuma North, based on all the evidence available, Yewinia, no more margin somebody to trust some, they will continue. You are not going to allow the EC to collect. We are giving the EC 1 week. 1 week. 1 week, 7 days. The EC must come and declare our candidate as the winner of the Ablekuma election.
During the visit, MPP parliamentary candidate for the Ablekuma North constituency, Nana Owusu-Efriye, urged her supporters to remain calm and resolute, adding that the Electoral Commission will eventually declare her as Member of Parliament for the Ablekuma North constituency.
3 polling stations, So we a great free year. Mebubo all the 281 polling stations. Mebubo mudiachira. Pekachira mo say. Makokodeng. Na ye peja Ablekuma North esi ho. Sasi tuweya. Mutu abama ekwefre ye kureme no. Ekwefre peso akache mo se minje mo ne.
Until the Electoral Commission takes a decisive step to declare the outstanding results, the Ablekuma North constituency remains a constituency in limbo.
Tonight you can share with us your thoughts on the Ablekuma North constituency, but let's stay on the subject some more as the minority chief whip Frank Anodompre is making headlines again, this time over the shocking call for political violence. Well, the Nsawe Madridjiri MP, who was at the center of last Thursday's chaotic scenes at the appointments committee, has now been caught on tape urging MPP supporters to go or gang up at and beat up NDC supporters if a fight breaks out. Well, Anodompre made these remarks while campaigning in Ablekuma North to rally support for the MPP parliamentary candidate Ekria Efriye.
MPP this year, and yes, I'm really when you have a primary Islamic supporting way, so your MPP ni mapa now to say MPP 4 and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa boa MPP ni no na yembu NDC ni no.
Rashid Tanko's computer is the Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, and he joins us for a discussion on this subject. Dr. Tanko, thank you very much for your time tonight. Well, a short while ago, you listened to Frank Anodompre. Well, you have called for the arrest of the MP over the remarks that he made earlier today. What could be your justification?
My brother, let me say good evening to you and your cherished viewers. I am taking this opportunity to invite the National Security Secretariat, the NID, which used to be called BNI, and the IGP. They should marshal forces and go and arrest Anodompre any moment from now. In fact, by now the guy should be sleeping at Blue Gate or the BNI cells. You see, this is a dishonorable person, and he's instigating the gullible members to cause violence and mayhem, which threaten the security of the state. They shouldn't even wait for us to, the NDC as a party, to appeal to them. Look, if they don't arrest these gentlemen and anything happens, nobody should blame the NDC as a party. We are telling them, he's inviting us, and we will surely accept his invitation. He thinks they were born from Jupiter and we are born in Earth or what? They should try that nonsense. He's telling his people to attack our party members. Okay, we are ready for them. If that is the language they want to understand. What is it about? Anodompre is a fugitive. You know that he's a fugitive.
You can explain better.
his own seat. He's running away from service. Kufridwa High Court, they have sent a writ of service for him. He's running away from it. We had to go in for substituted service, which was granted to us last week. Now they are looking for him in court. If he doesn't appear in the next sitting court, in fact, bench warrant is going to be issued for his arrest. This is a fugitive who is standing in front of his government party people and blowing hot air. He should come and face the law. He has stolen the seat. His seat is in contention. We are coming after him. He's running away from the court. What is Ablekuma North? What is the station of Ablekuma North?
All right, Dr. Tenko, if you can hear me, now you've called for his arrest immediately. If the police does not respond, what measures are you going to take?
We are going to protect our party members. Now that they have declared their intention, we as a political party, NDC, we will deploy every means possible to defend our party people. If they don't, in fact, arrest this loose cannon, and he's going about making such inflammatory statement, instigating people across the country, we will not sit aloof as a political party. We will protect our party people. Anybody who try our NDC member, we will have to contain us. And he says he's going to disturb government business. 88 members in parliament. We have 183 members in parliament. And he thinks that they can use their 88 to disturb government business. Even if NDC, we refuse to go to parliament, can the 88 even do any quorum? To do any business, not to talk of taking decision. So what are they talking about?
All right, Dr.
The last time they got away with it. This time we won't allow it. In fact, we have told our leadership in parliament, if they dare try to disturb government business, we will disturb them first.
All right, Dr. Tenko, kindly hold on for me. Kindly hold on for me. I'll surely get back to you. Let me engage Dr. Adam Bona, a security analyst, on this particular subject. Doctor, thank you very much for your time. Doc is joining us via phone, and I want to find out from you. So, yes, if you are an MPP, join hands and ensure you beat up that person. Exact words from Anna Dompre. I want to take your initial reaction.
Well, I would say it's a very reckless statement. Very discomforting and very unfortunate statement representing the largest opposition party in the country and for that matter the chief whip to call for supporters to beat other people anytime there is a disagreement. If this is not insightful enough, then what would be inciting people to fight? The truth is that as human beings, we would always disagree. And so if I were to disagree with you, and you belong to one party and I belong to the other, and you had your party supporters around, that presuppose that your party supporters have been asked to come and beat me, and they will beat me up. Is that what it means? And so even if you have wronged me, and I'm asking, probably you have taken my phone, and I want to take my property away from you, because you have your party members there, your party members will support you to beat me up, in addition to you taking my phone. Is that what you're saying? For me, I think that I spoke to your sister station this evening, and I said that, you see, sometimes people are picked up and kept in safe custody for their own safety and for their. I think during the elections or after the elections, it is alleged that he shot somebody in the thigh. It's an allegation that I believe the police parliament that led to him and others being suspended. So it looks like this is somebody who probably is not ready to live within the tenets of our democracy. This is somebody who believes in violence, and then you see probably it's become a bit cheap for people like him to pay their way into be going into parliament, because the MPP of the of yesteryears used to be an MPP for intellectuals, where it was intellectuals who were attracted to the NPP. But it looks like persons like him who are vagabonds, if you ask me, have found a way into the party's fold hierarchy and have become, call it, so powerful and have become so entry into disrepute. So I would say that the national security and the police, he in the same statement called for attack on the Inspector General of Police. I mean, who does that? I mean, he is a leader in this country. Being a chief whip of the largest opposition party, we owe it to just not the MPP, but all of us. Because the other arm of government, apart from the other two, is the legislative arm. So to be a chief whip means that you also have some number of people who you can ask to do A or B. So to see him do these things over a period, and it looks like he's become untouchable is bad, if you ask me.
Of course, obviously. So, Dr. Bonner, thank you. You've made your point. Unfortunately, the time is not on our side. Let me just quickly dash to Dr. Tanko and get my final points from him. So, Doc, yes, you've called for the arrest of Honorable Anot Dompre. I mean, we would want to find out from you. Again, you've said that I will protect our members. Are you in any position going to make an official report to the police?
Yes, in fact. Yes. In fact, we are going to officially report to the police about this. This thing. I don't even want to use a word that you asked me to withdraw it. But his behavior is becoming unbecoming of an MP, because this is a fugitive. In fact, he's alleged to have shot. Even that person called me. One of our members. He came all the way from France as a party agent in that constituency. He was shot. He had to be flown to France for treatment. And today, this fugitive is still making such unguided statement, threatening the security of the state. And that's why I'm saying that we will make official complaint to the IGP and the national security as well as the BNI, now NIB. If they don't arrest this gentleman, they shouldn't blame the NDC. They shouldn't blame the NDC, because we are not going to sit idle for any person character like that to attack our party members and get away with it.
All right, Dr. Rashid Tenko, we're grateful. Dr. Rashid Tenko, thank you very much. I'm sure you've made your point clearly, and we will be waiting for when an official report will be made to the police. If you're just joining us, this is News Tonight. We're still on some more local stories, and here the Supreme Court has granted the National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC's, request to serve court documents to their counterparts in the New Patriotic Party, that's the NPP, via WhatsApp. Well, the NDC filed an application at the Apex Court on January 6, 2025, challenging orders made by the High Court to collate outstanding polling centers results and declare winners. Well, the NDC argued that the High Court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the mandamus applications from the NPP candidates and the subsequent orders. Well, however, after initiating the certiorari applications and its supplementary process, the NPP candidates involved in the disputed parliamentary elections results were unavailable for service. Well, in response, the lawyers for the NDC candidates filed an application for substituted service and on Thursday, February 6, 2025. Well, a single Supreme Court judge, Justice Henry Anthony Kofi, granted the NDC's request to serve the documents via WhatsApp and other means. Well, the court allowed the application, that's the NDC candidates, to serve the documents on Patrick Yabuama, that's for Okankwe Central, Nana Ekwia Owusu Efriye, J. Mensah Kosa, Techiman South, and Clerk of Parliament, that's the second to fifth interested parties, respectively. Well, the court's decision enables the NDC to proceed with serving the court documents to the MPP candidates and other interested parties via WhatsApp and notice boards of the court. Well, Justice Kofi said the order of the court is to last for some 14 days. Electoral Commission is the first interested party, while the applicants are Baba Sadiq Okankwe Central, Rabna Obin, Ablekuma North, Ibi Bright, Tema Central, and Christopher Baire Techiman South. All right, so tonight we're excited that you join us on any of the stories that we've shared with you so far. Very shortly, we move on to Parliament, where the minority in Parliament has rescinded its decision to boycott sitting of the special committee investigating the chaos that erupted during the Appointments Committee session last Thursday. Well, this comes after the committee that the minority will now participate in the committee's deliberation scheduled for tomorrow.
Today, as you all are aware, we had a little challenge with our meeting, and we have to suspend what happened. We have to suspend the interview as well as the witnessing of our people yesterday. We've had a message from the Right Honourable Speaker and the Clerk of Parliament, and so we are resuming sitting tomorrow 10 o'clock at the same venue to continue with our work. The Speaker has instructed that he's given us a deadline of 10 days to complete our reports and report same to the House. So tomorrow we are inviting all of you to join us to continue with what we started yesterday.
All right, so we're grateful that you stayed with us throughout Inside, but that's not the end of the bulletin. We have great stories coming up right after this break. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. All right, so thank you very much for keeping faith. We still have some more local stories for you. Let's move on to education. After weeks of agitation, students of the University of Ghana can finally heave a sigh of relief. Well, the Education Minister, Haruna Idrisu, has stepped in to resolve the heated debate over the cost of residential facility fees. Well, last month, the University Council approved a fee increase from some 2,000 to 3,000 Ghana cedis, sparking outrage amongst students who described the 50% hike as unfair. But following a crucial meeting with the Vice Chancellor, student leaders and the University Council residential user fee has seen a slash from 3,000 Ghana cedis to 2,500 Ghana cedis. Well, GHOne News' Abdul Hanan Adam has more in the following report.
The meeting, which included University of Ghana management and SRC executives led by President Maradona Ejei-Yeboah, provided an opportunity for both sides to voice their concerns and reach a mutual agreement. The SRC argued that the increase in residential fees for students from 2,000 to 3,000 Ghana cedis, amounting to a 50% hike, was excessively high and presented a significant financial burden.
Initially, when it came out, we had a whole discussion with the executives and also the EZECOM, because our school told us to exhaust the system mechanism to make sure we are at least following the procedures. So we took it to GA for further deliberation, General Assembly, and the whole issue that came out, the results that came out was they are not happy. So we also decided that we should also do our checks with the students to know if truly they are not happy about it.
In response, Vice Chancellor Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo acknowledged these concerns and mentioned that some adjustments could be made. She emphasized that the University Management Council remains committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of the students.
They will attest to the fact that only last week, out of IGF, we have managed to complete another hall of residence which is going to accommodate more than 1,200 students. And so management is working very hard to ensure that we keep the students in a safe and decent and hygienic environment.
After thorough deliberations, all parties agreed to lower the fee increase to 25% across the board.
Can't worry, Harry Sawyer here as student leader with Dr. Margaret then in Volta Hall. So I support you, but I want peace on the campuses, and I want Madam Vice Chancellor to be able to manage demands for availability of utility of water and electricity. So given that she was at 3,000 and given that you are looking at a possible reduction, I've said that if she will serve you notice against the new academic year, government will see what it will do given that the burdensome nature of accommodating the utility and charges. So 25% across board.
Meanwhile, the minister further instructed the University of Ghana management to carry out a revised proposal and taxed GTech to ensure adherence to Ghana's Fee and Charges Act. Reporting for GHOne News, Abdul Hanad Adam, Education Ministry, Accra.
All right, so students residing in traditional hostels at the University of Ghana are thrilled about the announcement to reduce their residential facility user fees. Well, according to them, the reduction will ease the financial burden on their parents and make campus life a little less stressful.
I think so. It's a very good policy if only he will implement it, and then we hope he does, because honestly people are the ones taking care of themselves. Most students are the ones taking care of themselves, and it has not been easy. He says it would actually go a long way for most students.
I think it's a good idea here, because we just know that I'm level fund. When we came, we just paid 1,600 for our hostel fees, but within a time span of 2 years they just increased it to hostel fees, but within a time span of 2 years they just increased it to 3,400. So as they are coming to reduce it, or they've reduced it already, I think it's going to help the students from like both the freshers and even the continuing students. and it will also help their parents or their family members who are taking care of them, because it will reduce their financial burden and also ease their stress on council.
I'll be happy for the reduction of the fees, the hostel fees, because previously some parents, some parents cannot afford the fee for the hostel, which has been a burden upon them. So the reduction is going to be helpful. So I'm pretty much happy about that.
Honestly, me myself, I'd wanted to be a resident in the school, but then when I checked the prices of the hostel, I just resigned because of the prices. So if he's saying he has reduced it, then it's okay, and I know it will benefit some of the students in the school, because moreover, some people are paying their fees themselves and some are also taking care of themselves. So if he's reducing the prices, it's a good thing.
I feel like it's a good initiative. There is no amount that is too small. Any amount that is being taken away from the fees, considering the fact that some students actually pay their own fees, can actually help one way or the other.
I think it's a very good idea, taking into consideration the fact that most students were admitted with.
All right, let's move on to the presidency at this moment, as President John Dramani Mahama has instructed the fisheries minister to collaborate with the finance minister to facilitate funding for the timely completion of stalled Anumabo Fisheries College in the central region. Well, the project, which commenced in year 2011, was abandoned for the past 8 years after the John Mahama exit office in 2017, despite being about 80% complete. Well, the president, who was appalled by the state of the facility during the thank you tour of the region, emphasized the importance of the college in enhancing fisheries education and training in the region, and urged both ministers to work together effectively to address the challenges hindering the full operationalization of the college to better serve the community and the country's fisheries sector.
It's my fisheries minister. Election year,